Hey y'all, today I'm making what's called melt in your mouth chicken. And I like to give credit where credit's due, but to be honest, I have a recipe app that I use often that I store recipes in. And this is one of those I've had a long time and I couldn't tell you where I got it. But it's not my original recipe, it's someone else's, but it's called Melt in Your Mouth Chicken. So what I've done is I've preheated my oven to 375 degrees and I defrosted some chicken breast here in the microwave. I've got about 4 to 6, you can use for about 4 to 6 chicken breasts. And then I have some mayonnaise. I have Duke's mayonnaise. I have some garlic powder, seasoning salt, which I prefer Lowry's, and I have some pepper. So I defrosted and then I rinsed off my chicken breast real good. And now I'm going to, the recipe doesn't say, but I always like to spray my pan. So I'm going to spray my pan with some Pam. Okay. And then I'm going to put my chicken breast in the pan. And I'm just using a 9x13 baker for this recipe. And some of these, as you can see, this looks more like a chicken tender, but that's okay. I just like to fill up the pan. Okay, so I will be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hands again since I touched this chicken, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. So what I've got here in this little dish is a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1.5 teaspoons of the seasoning salt, which I use Lowry's, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So I'm going to put that aside here. And then I also have 1 cup of mayonnaise, and I prefer Duke's. So I've got Duke's mayonnaise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix those up in this bowl right here. Like so. Hope y'all are doing okay today. What's everybody fixing for dinner? Okay, now I got my mayonnaise in there. Now I'm going to add my seasoned salt, my garlic powder, and my pepper. Mix those up real good. Just be careful or you'll spill the seasonings everywhere. The mayo. And I'll just try to get them in here, mix it up real good till it's all incorporated together. I'll show y'all what it looks like here in a second as soon as I get it mixed up. Okay, I think that's probably all good. See there? Got all that mixed. I'm going to move this bowl over. And I'll pull my chicken back over. And now what I'm going to do is you're just going to take your mixture here you made with the mayonnaise and you're going to put it on top of your chicken. And I just spoon it on there one side and then flip it over and spoon on some more. So basically you're just making a coating on each chicken breast. Now I've made this before and I didn't have chicken breast handy. I had chicken tenders or chicken tenderloins. Actually I've done both. I've done chicken tenderloins and it was fine. I just made sure to use enough to fill up my baker here. My 9x13 baker. I've also bought at a meat market some extra large chicken breasts. They were really big, so what I did one time making this is I cut them down and made them into like chicken tender size, chicken tenderloins. and just made enough to fill this, again, to fill this 9 by 13 baker, and that both of those turned out good. So you don't necessarily have to use chicken breast. You can use chicken tenderloins, chicken tenders if you'd like to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these over. Let's see if I can do it with my spoon here. I think I can. Turn them all over, and I'm going to do the same thing to these. And again, my oven is preheated at 375 degrees. And I'm just going to pair this tonight with probably a salad and some fresh corn that I had frozen in the deep freezer, and maybe another vegetable, and this will be dinner. Quick, easy, and simple. Alright, so I'm just going to coat this side. And it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. Just get some on there and it'll make a nice coating for the chicken. I'll just make sure I use it all. I don't like to waste, so I try to use it all. And I guess you could cut this down too, you know, if you were just cooking for 1 or 2 or something. I like to cook extra for my family and have enough for leftovers. So that's always handy. Send some with my husband for work, for his lunch if he wants some. Plenty for your family and kids. This is a kid-friendly recipe too, so it's well liked at my house. Alright, so I think I got it all on there. So as you can see, that's what it looks like. And I'm going to pop this in the oven, y'all, for about 35 to 45 minutes. So I've got kind of smaller sized chicken breast, so I'll just keep an eye on it and see how it does. I will come back later and show you the finished product. Bye-bye. Hey y'all, it's April with Gather Round with April again. And as promised, here is the chicken. I just got it out of the oven a few minutes ago. And guess what? I have blooper number 1 since I've created a cooking page. I was supposed to add in a ½ cup of Parmesan cheese. And y'all, I had got that ready ahead of time and put it in my refrigerator and forgot to add it in the first part of my video. So what I did, guess what? I already had my chicken about halfway done. I just opened the oven and I just topped the chicken breast with the Parmesan cheese. So it worked out just fine. So it's supposed to be mixed in with the cup of mayo, the teaspoon of garlic powder, the 1½ teaspoons of seasoned salt, and the ½ teaspoon of pepper. You mix that in, all of that, with the ½ cup of Parmesan cheese, and then you just spoon that or put that on top of your chicken, like I did in the video. So, sorry about that, guys, but we all make bloopers, and I've been cooking a long time, and I make bloopers all the time, so it just happens. And I've also got some corn over here. This is fresh corn that I had cut off the cob back in the summertime and put it in my deep freezer and froze it. So I just get it out and I let it sit in the refrigerator a little bit this evening. And then I just add some butter. I use real butter, not margarine, because you know butter's better for you than margarine. I use about 2 tablespoons of butter and a little bit of salt and pepper, and stir it up and cook it down, and it'll be good. Sometimes I even use bacon grease if I've got some of it, but usually butter. So y'all have a good evening. I'm going to pair this with some instant mashed potatoes because we're all hungry, and I decided they'd be quicker than the salad tonight. So it is what it is. Y'all have a good evening. Here you go, y'all. Here's the finished product. And I did forget to tell you also, I ended up cooking the chicken breast for 45 minutes, and the reason I did that was just because I'd forgot to add that cheese in till about halfway through. So, y'all have a good evening. Thanks for watching.